I know that every 2 years, people always say that it's the most important election in the history of the universe. But let me just take a moment and explain why, at least in the context of state government, this really is the most important election we've had in at least a generation. For the past 4 years now, Republicans have controlled literally every single institution of state government. They have a majority in the state house, they have a 2/3 majority in the state senate, they have the governorship, they have a 5-2 majority on the state Supreme Court, they have the Attorney General's office, they have the Secretary of State's office. The one exception, of course, is the State Board of Education, but they have used their hold on power in Lansing to ruthlessly push the most regressive, anti-everyday person agenda that we've seen in this state since at least the 1920s. And that's been true across the spectrum of issues. Whether it's the tax shift from corporations to seniors, families, and everyday folks, whether it's the draconian cuts in funding to local public schools, whether it's the attacks on women's health and economic opportunities, whether it's gutting of environmental protections, whether it's the extreme attacks on organized labor and workers, culminating in the so-called right-to-work law right here in the cradle and birthplace of the modern industrial labor movement. The Republicans have known absolutely no bounds of common decency and no bounds of common sense. And things on the Republican side didn't get better in Tuesday's primary. If anything, they got worse in Tuesday's primary. More extreme candidates won primaries for state legislative offices, and they beat less extreme Republicans. And so we now have 3 or 4 out-of-control homophobic bigots running on the Republican side.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's true. That's true of Lee Chatfield, who beat Frank Foster, an incumbent Republican, mostly on the basis of Frank Foster's support for anti-discrimination laws protecting LGBT members from discrimination, and he lost his primary mostly because of his support of protecting gays and lesbians from discrimination. It's true down in the Midland seat where Gary Glenn, the infamous Gary Glenn, won that primary. It's true up in Lapeer County where Todd Courser won that state house primary. Todd Courser has railed against the Great Lakes Education Project, which is itself a very conservative group, but Todd Courser railed against them, accusing them of fomenting a, quote, homosexual agenda.
Wow.
And then it's also true out on the west side of the state where a candidate won who has engaged in that same sort of rhetoric. And so the Tea Party and these extreme social conservatives truly have taken over the Republican Party. And all of that stands in stark contrast to what we as Democrats believe. All of us as Democrats believe that no matter where you come from, no matter what your station in life, no matter what your background, no matter whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're black or white, whether you're gay or straight, whether you're rich or poor, that you deserve a fair chance in life, you deserve a fair shake, and that you deserve the opportunity to succeed. And that's really what separates us as Democrats from the Republicans. And nothing in Lansing is going to change until we break this Republican hold on power there. And we've got 2 great chances of doing that this year. Certainly the governor's race, where Mark Schauer is running a great campaign and running very strong against Snyder, and then winning back the state house. We'll probably pick up 2 or 3 seats in the state senate, but the margin there is so great that nobody believes that Democrats have a shot at winning the state senate back this year. But in the state house, we're just 5 seats away from winning majority out of 110 seats, and there are plenty of Republican targets to go after to pick up those 5 seats. And as I said, Mark Schauer is running a fantastic campaign to win the governorship. And I don't think of today as being the day after or the week after the primary or a few days after the primary so much as it is the first week of the general election season. And that's why this kind of unity breakfast is so important, because we need to come together as Democrats, we need to work hard, and we need to make sure that we're electing Democrats and breaking this Republican monopoly on power in Lansing. So let's all come together, let's work hard, let's certainly get some more Democrats elected to the Senate, let's win majority in the House, let's elect Mark Schauer governor, and let's make sure that we're stopping these Republican attacks on everyday people, that we're turning our state in a progressive direction once again, and that we're enacting policies that actually help people instead of hurt people and start to move our state in a positive direction again. So many thanks to all of you for your involvement, your volunteerism. Now it's on to November, and let's win that. Thanks.